Did you know that Egypt, a land of vast deserts and the world's greatest pyramids, has a history that spans over 5,000 years? What if we told you that its ancient stories are still shaping the modern world today? In this documentary, we'll take you on a journey through the entire history of Egypt, from its rise as one of the world's first great civilizations to the mysteries that still surround its pyramids and pharaohs. Get ready for an epic exploration of ancient wonders, powerful gods, and the culture that continues to captivate us. Our story begins over 5,000 years ago, when the Nile River, the lifeblood of ancient Egypt, carved a path through the desert, creating a fertile valley where one of the world's greatest civilizations would emerge. The early Egyptians were masterful engineers, creating the first pyramids, monumental tombs built to honor their kings and ensure their journey to the afterlife. Pharaohs like King Narmer unified Upper and Lower Egypt, laying the foundations for a society that would become a beacon of culture, science, and power. As centuries passed, Egypt's vast empire extended beyond its borders, dominating the Mediterranean, influencing the art and culture of the ancient world. Yet beneath the glory, Egypt's mythologies and gods, Ra, Isis, Osiris, told stories of life, death, and rebirth that echoed through the lives of the people, shaping their values and understanding of the universe. The construction of the pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza, still baffles historians. How did they build such massive structures without modern technology? Was it the result of brilliant engineering, or did the ancient Egyptians possess knowledge lost to time? Cultural and spiritual foundations. The mythology of ancient Egypt was deeply woven into the fabric of its culture. The gods and goddesses were not just abstract beings, they were integral to the daily lives of Egyptians. Ra, the sun god, was believed to sail across the sky in a boat every day, symbolizing the eternal cycle of day and night. His journey was a cosmic battle against the serpent Apophis, representing chaos and disorder. This struggle mirrored the very struggle Egyptians faced in maintaining ma'at, balance, order, and harmony in their world. Ra's movement across the sky wasn't merely a celestial event. It was a divine pattern that embodied the Egyptians' worldview, deeply entwining their understanding of the cosmos with their earthly existence. The role of Osiris and the afterlife. One of the most important and enduring aspects of Egyptian mythology is the story of Osiris. Osiris's death and resurrection became symbolic of the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. After being betrayed and murdered by his brother Set, Osiris was brought back to life by his wife Isis. This myth encapsulated the profound importance Egyptians placed on the afterlife, where they believed that death was not an end, but a transition. Set, the journey of the soul after death, guided by the heart's weight in comparison to the feather of Ma'at, was a central tenet of Egyptian spirituality. The story of Osiris reminded the people of the cyclical nature of life. Nothing truly ends but is reborn in some form, an idea that has persisted through millennia and influences modern concepts of reincarnation and spirituality. The connection between pharaohs and gods. The role of the pharaoh in ancient Egypt was not just a political or military leader, he was considered a living god. This divine kingship was central to the stability of Egyptian society. The pharaoh was seen as the earthly embodiment of Horus, the god of the sky, and upon death they would become Osiris, ensuring the continuation of life and order. The king's divine connection justified his rule, as he was thought to be the intermediary between the gods and the people. This belief was essential in maintaining the social and political structure of Egypt, as it ensured loyalty to the pharaoh. The extravagant tombs and pyramids built for pharaohs were not merely burial sites, but were symbolic of their godly status and their role in maintaining Ma'at after death. Mathematics, architecture, and knowledge preservation. Egyptians were pioneers in many fields, particularly in mathematics and engineering. The construction of the pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza, stands as a testament to their advanced knowledge of geometry, astronomy, and engineering. The precise alignment of the pyramids with the cardinal points of the compass and their relationship with celestial bodies suggests that ancient Egyptians understood the cycles of the heavens in ways we are still trying to fully comprehend. Their system of writing, known as hieroglyphs, was a sophisticated form of communication that encoded not just language but cultural knowledge, mythologies, and administrative records. These innovations in writing, mathematics, and engineering were foundational to the civilization's longevity, allowing them to preserve their knowledge and pass it on to future generations. Symbolism of the Nile and the land. The Nile River was central to Egyptian civilization, not just as a source of life-giving water, but as a divine force that connected the people with the gods. The river's annual flooding, which deposited fertile silt on the land, was seen as a gift from the gods, and in many myths, the Nile was personified as a god who brought life to the people. The land itself was divided into two regions, Upper and Lower Egypt, each represented by different gods and symbols. The unification of these two regions under the pharaoh was a symbolic act of bringing order to the natural and divine forces. The landscape, with its contrast of desert and lush riverbanks, reflected the Egyptian view of the world as a place of balance, where opposing forces must be reconciled to maintain harmony. The mystery of the Great Pyramids. The Great Pyramids of Giza remain one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. Built over 4,500 years ago, their construction has baffled historians and archaeologists alike. How did the Egyptians, without modern machinery, transport and place the massive stones that make up the pyramids? Some believe the construction was a monumental feat of engineering and organization, with thousands of workers and an advanced knowledge of pulleys and ramps. Others suggest that the pyramids may have had a spiritual or astronomical purpose beyond their use as tombs. The alignment of the pyramids with the stars, especially the star Sirius, is a topic of ongoing research, with some theorists speculating that the pyramids were designed as a kind of celestial gateway, connecting the pharaohs to the heavens. Social hierarchy and the gods' influence. The Egyptians had a rigid social structure, but even within this hierarchy, the influence of the gods was never far from the people's lives. From the pharaohs down to the common people, every Egyptian's life was governed by religious practices that reinforced the gods' control over the world. Temples, which were dedicated to gods like Amun, Isis, and Hathor, were not only places of worship, but also centers of power and influence. Priests held significant sway, managing the wealth and land of the temples, while everyday Egyptians participated in rituals and festivals that honored the gods and reinforced the social order. These rituals were not simply ceremonial, they were thought to keep chaos at bay and ensure the prosperity of the land. The legacy of Egyptian art and symbolism. Egyptian art is another area where the cultural significance of mythology and religion is evident. The symbolic use of colors, poses, and proportions in Egyptian art was not arbitrary. Every aspect of their artwork had a meaning, often tied to the spiritual and cosmic beliefs of the time. The use of specific colors, such as gold to represent the sun or green to represent rebirth, reinforced the connection between the physical world and the divine. Similarly, the rigid, formal style of Egyptian art, where figures are depicted in a highly stylized and idealized manner, was intended to capture the eternal nature of the gods and the afterlife. The art, which adorned temples and tombs, served not only as decoration but as a means of communicating the divine truths that governed life and death. Egyptian mythology's influence on other cultures. Egypt's influence on other ancient civilizations was profound. From the ancient Greeks and Romans to the later Islamic empires, the mythologies of Egypt permeated the broader Mediterranean world. Greek writers such as Herodotus were fascinated by Egypt's religious practices and gods, and this fascination led to the spread of Egyptian ideas throughout the ancient world. The Romans, who eventually conquered Egypt, were greatly influenced by Egyptian symbolism, adopting some of their gods and religious practices. Even in the modern world, Egyptian mythology continues to inspire literature, art, and popular culture, with stories of gods like Osiris and Isis appearing in everything from movies to novels. The enduring power of Egyptian legacy. The legacy of ancient Egypt endures today, not just in monuments like the pyramids, but in the ideas and beliefs that shaped the course of human history. From the symbolism of the afterlife to the development of written language and science, Egypt's contributions to human civilization are immeasurable. Even in the modern world, we are still uncovering secrets hidden in the sands of time. Egypt's mythology continues to resonate, offering timeless lessons about the balance between life and death, the power of the gods, and the enduring human quest for meaning and immortality. And that's just a glimpse into the rich history of Egypt, a civilization that still influences our world in ways we can hardly imagine. If you want to learn more about the ancient wonders and myths of this incredible culture, make sure to like this video, comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into ancient civilizations. The past is full of stories waiting to be uncovered, so join us on this journey.